everybody. Right, let's just make sure everything's coming through. Oh, well, I need a mic. There we go, that might make things better. Right. Go there. There we go. Let's see. Let's check who's here first. Kerry, Jane, Yolandi, Zanka, 2S, Devs, Richard. Hello. Welcome. Thank you. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. Kerry asked about the Stellus Daemonum. Wondering how old it is. And asked me, I am feeling better, thank you. I am still recovering. It was just to give you a quick kind of idea, I suffer from, I suppose we call it chronic dyspepsia, where I have excruciating pain for 3 or 4 hours, which just comes out of the blue. Might be some indigestion, but it doubles me over in pain. And past 2 weeks, it's been lasting like, I can't attacks almost 24 hours. I hardly have any relief, but yeah, I think I've got it sorted now, so should be good. James mentioned that Stellus Daemonum was published in 2021, but takes from medieval. Yeah. Like it's a modern grimoire. I see it's got a foreword from one from Milo Duquette and one from Stephen Skinner. So it's gonna be that kind of ceremonial approach, magic approach to it. The actual grimoire approach, trapping, binding, all that stuff. So yeah, I don't know about that. Haven't read it. Haven't even heard of it until you mention it. Let's see. Thank you. Aaron, some other gorgeous. That's good to hear. I hope anybody who went to the protests in the States yesterday is good and happy and healthy and okay. I was pretty short. Yeah, I'm doing alright, thanks James. And we were saying hello. Sorry, just trying to go through the chat quickly and see any questions that may have come up. Missed all of you last week. Lee was sick this time back. Hey folks, sorry I missed you all. Right. And Celeste is here. Hello Celeste, thanks for joining. Oh, my buffering. Crying out loud, hold on. Am I still buffering? Because it took me a while to get down to the bottom there. Let's see what this is doing. It's no good even checking on YouTube because it just tells me there's no data coming through anyway. Alright, let me know if I'm okay now. Let's check my status over here. Yeah, quite a few dropped frames, so I think we had a bit of a rocky start. So I hope it stays okay. Alright. So, how's everybody? Were you ever okay? Probably not, no. No, probably not. That was definitely up for debate. Okay, I'm going to switch back to the screen. I'm okay now. Alright, good stuff. Okay, so, how's everybody been? What you been up to? All that stuff. What's going on? I was watching something earlier and Marion Faithfull song came on and I thought let's do a Marion Faithfull radio today. It looks really good. let's see what we have on here. Stranglers, Marion Faithfull, obviously. PJ Harvey, Martha Wainwright, Wayne Wright, Julie Cruz, Ginger Sticks, Leonard Cohen, Nick Drake, Donovan. That's for all the old people. Janis Joplin. Some good stuff on the Fairport Convention. Right, I haven't looked at those in years. Yeah, looks cool. Alright, so hope you enjoy the music. Everybody's quiet. Okay, if anybody's new here, by the way, just in case, if anybody's new, I have to say this. This is just the Covenstead. It's just a load of witches getting together and talking about witchcraft, or whatever is on your mind, whatever questions you have, whatever comments you want to make, whatever it is. It's a Covenstead. It's a place where the coven gets together. Divs, I enjoyed your movie review. Look forward to future ones. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could actually do movie reviews, so I'm glad that came across okay. I'm actually focusing more on the occult aspects within the movies though, so I guess I can't really call it a movie review, but we're going to stick to that. Bubba, hello Bubba. What difference between angels, arch and Shem angels? Angels are messengers. Archangels, what's the difference? I don't really know. I don't work with the angels. The Shem Hamfarash angels is kind of more of a. When I say modern, I'm talking like, past few hundred years, maybe. It's more of a modern interpretation of what happened with the 72 names of the names of God. They weren't originally angels to begin with. It was just the 72. That passage from I think it was Exodus, or from the Bible, from the Torah, was taken and it was manipulated and chopped up and etc. etc. And they came up with the 72 three-letter. I suppose we could call them names, but they're more like powers. And then as things progressed and people started working with them more and more, they started getting this angelic aspect. But I mean, angels, looking at the Magadim, things like that, so it's a bit of a tricky topic. Depends which angle you're coming from as well, The archangels are more of a force of nature. Angels are more of messengers, that type of thing, I suppose you could say. I don't know. There's so many angles you can go at this from, depending on which tradition you're following, actually. But something I think you'd have to discover for yourself, really. James, I've been good. Got in touch with Murmur on Monday. Finally got a plan going forward with what we will be working. Good stuff. Good, it's good to have a plan. Otherwise you're just blaming around in the dark. Yolanda, you don't have much to say. I don't have much to say either because I haven't been feeling well, so not much has been happening in my life except pain. My blood count was good. Doc was happy with it. It's good stuff. Celeste, hello Celeste, thanks for joining. I was just checking on my oil infusion. It has rosemary, sage, lavender, bay leaves, juniper, anise, cinnamon, and a clear quartz obsidian. Nice. Very cool. Yeah. And Richard, happy Father's Day. Thank you. Thank you very much. Celeste, what's your oil infusion for? That's all the mad. Hello, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm just trying to get an idea of what this oil infusion is, what its intention is. Rosemary's protection, sage I usually used for changing circumstances. Lavender's good for money, but really relaxation, healing. Bailey's good for money. Are usually aimed at money. Juniper is often for love, and all kind of sexual love. This is why I'm saying it's this huge mixture of stuff, so I'm wondering. Let us know, because I'm very curious. Right. Andy, Richard, hope you're doing better.
Poetry is no place for a heart that's a whore.
Ooh. YouTube just told me we've only got one person in the chat. Clever. James at Baba, the Summer Theologia Thomas Aquinas, and Derek. That one. I'm not even going to try and bother with complicated words and names today. Are Christian sources for angelic hierarchies and what the differences are might be useful to you. Ah, there we go. Yeah, those are good sources. There you go. Just bear in mind they are Christian sources. Celeste protection from things that tend to be an absorber of energy illness. Oh, good. Yeah, okay, then clear quartz to cut into for clarity, and obsidian for protection and yeah, sorting out that energy. Very good choice. Castle, I'm on the last book of the Picatrix. It's been a wonderful read, but very dense as well. Yeah, it's one of those books that it's mostly astrological stuff, and it just goes over my head. That's the honest truth. But yeah, a very important book if you are going down that avenue, obviously. 2S, I have heard of there being a significant regarding the direction you sleep in terms of the four corners. Do you think this applies for the masses, or generally more of those who utilize the cardinal directions in their everyday life? I think it's general. It's because it has to do. It's not just a spiritual thing. It's also it's not a magnetic thing. The energy that's magnetic poles that revolve around the Earth and things like that, and how that affects our own magnetic poles that move around our bodies. And I have experimented with this, facing the 4 different cardinal directions to see where dreams are more prominent and things like that. And for me, it's the west and the north. But I'm in the southern hemisphere, so that also differs to people in the northern hemisphere. You'll probably find that you're going to get probably the best dreaming in the south if your head's in the south, for instance. I can't remember exactly what the southern hemisphere correspondences to that were, but it's worth experimenting with. I did it myself, and I definitely noticed differences. But I think it's general because as I say, it's got to do with magnetic pull and the way the energy flows around the Earth, but also around our own bodies and all that stuff. Yeah. James, sorry to trouble you with Latin. It's late for me, so it's okay. Castle, hi Miss Yoli and Miss Kerry, I hope you're well. Richard said all good, glad to hear you all. Also good. Celeste, I started looking at something called, Rauqueray and Hexenmeisters. That's out of my wheelhouse. Just double check. I know what they are. I'm just having a bit of a brain fart. This is nothing. Oh, this is European folk magic. Oh, Pennsylvania Dutch. Okay, all right. And powwows. Yeah, that's definitely not something I have come into contact with or touch, because it's very much a cultural thing. Very, very much. But I hope it's you're finding it interesting. Oh, why did that come up? Go away. Pop-ups coming. Go away. I don't want you there. Go away. Alright, sorry. Alright, coming back to, let's see. Cuckoo is here. Hello, Cuckoo. I lost a cat and 3 wild foxes. The foxes appeared first in dreams and then in reality, and then they left with the cat. Can't bear it. Do you have any ideas on how to cope with grief? Oh, yeah, this is a difficult one. What kind of spiritual practice do you follow in terms of, do you follow any particular deities or anything like that? Because usually I find that a lot of people can get comfort from them. Especially if you are experiencing this in dreams, you can ask them to come and actually help you in your dreams. Might be actually quite handy. So let me know what that would regard. But sorry to hear about your loss of the cat. Let's see. Castle, happy Father's Day. Thank you. Thanks very much. Chivessa had the same idea regarding the magnetic poles. Me being in Northern Hemisphere, my dreaming is intense in South. However, I feel like sleep is much more restful in North. Yeah. If you go to the West, you might find it's quite disturbed. Your dreaming is a bit disturbed because, I remember correctly, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, that's the place where the dead move across, and so it can be a bit, you can have very interruptive sleep, put it that way. So, yeah, but one of the sources you might want to have a look into is Chinese medicine and Qigong. It's actually quite often discussed a lot in there, and also Hindu, I think Ayurvedic practices I think they also have a lot of mention of positions of sleep and things like that. Kerry, thank you. Quickly tonight in my dream, I was travelling on the edge of the forest in an underground cave. I found a jackal pup. The adult jackals left it for me, just like foxes. Now I am being haunted by jackals. What if this means anything? I don't know. You'd have to do some divination in that regard, anyway. To find out the meaning behind that. I am frozen. Okay, froze me now. Alright, can you still hear me? Oh, look at that, I'm sleeping. That's cool. Let me see if I can sort out my camera. I'm probably going to go green for a while, don't worry about that. Let me put everything down with the camera. Go away. No, I don't want TikTok. Bloody hell. Go away! There we go. Sorry everybody, just trying to sort out my camera. Where the hell has it gone? It just disappeared. The machine spirit isn't happy. No, not at all. Let's see if this gives me... Okay, it's back to Irian at least. Do that. And then do that. Gremlins, yep. Oh, we love our gremlins here. Okay, I think I'm active again. There we go, look at that. I got myself working. Hold on, let me just. I'm gonna flip. This might be disturbing. Hold on. There we go. Okay, right. Okay, we are back and active. All right, let's get back into the chat then. Where was I? Frozen. Celestia, yes, my family is Dutch. Okay, that's cool. That's my family's Dutch. Pennsylvania Dutch. That's quite an interesting practice, as far as I know. As I said, I haven't really ventured down that avenue because it's a bit far removed from me, actually. James, do you get visited by animals a lot while awake? Short visits for a few days, then go again. Cass saw, is that fox a spirit guide or spirits from the gods? And also medicine wheel leaders talk about the directions, sleep directions. Yes, okay, alright, there we go. And oh yeah, medicine wheel also. Hello Andrea and Alistair. And Celeste, one night I had a dream with a thing that had leaves for wings. It was bat-like, but not. That's cool. Yeah. That's like kind of a plant spirit almost. Yeah. I don't know if you can remember what the leaves look like, but maybe you can identify the plant from the leaves. Oops, there we go. Oh, let's see. Celeste, see and hear crows often. Yeah. I was actually. I don't know what I was talking about the other day, or who I was talking to. We were talking about omens. Or topic always comes up, you know. When do you know it's an omen? And it's kind of a difficult thing actually, because a lot of people kind of see crows on the balcony and they go, "Oh, it's a message." Sometimes it's just crows on the balcony. So it is a bit difficult to determine sometimes. This is why, again, divination comes in very useful and necessary. You know, if you are wondering if it's an omen, or as Castle said, a message from Morrigan, just check, you know, do some divination and ask the questions, and double check what's going on. Right, Cuckoo, I live in a small village in the forest. Cool. We all want to come and live with you. There have been no foxes here for years. They appeared a week after coming to me in a dream. They were waiting for me in front of the entrance to the house when I was in the city. Strange, as if they came for my cat knowing that she was dying, but they died with him. Maybe it was necessary to accompany him in the spiritual world. The practices I do are very simple. It is Dzogchen and traditional conversation with spirits in the depths of the forest, offering incense. Overall, very jealous now. It's possible that the foxes came as psychopods. What do fox? I'm curious. What do foxes have, sorry, words are failing me again today. What significance do foxes have within your personal culture? Because that can change from culture to culture. And they can be viewed as psychopods. Fox is always multiple, trickster, creature, psychopath. That moves between the worlds. Okay, there you go. It's quite possible that. Oh wait, what's this about? The Celts. The Celts had a great. The Celts had a great respect for the fox as a wise guide to the spirit world and the afterlife. Yep, I would say that that was the case. The foxes came and guided your cat across to the other world. Well, buffering again. Bloody hell. What's going on here? I'll just make the camera a little bit of a funny position.
It was you who built the temple, it was you who covered up my face.
My internet connection's fine. I don't know what the hell's going on with this bloody thing. It's probably YouTube. Alright, let's see. Yolandi, sometimes you attract crows. Yeah, it depends if you're feeding them and stuff. You would attract them. Keeping them happy and whatnot. Kerry Lee, is it possible to... possible I made a pact with Agaris when I asked for his help with the insanity defense. If I did, it was unknowingly. No, the pact is a very... If you made promises, then you made a pact. So if you promised to give him something, if he did a particular thing, which in this case was to help with the insanity defense, then you know that was a promise that was made, and therefore you've oathed your pact, you've made a contract, and therefore you just need to follow through on making sure you've given what you said you were going to give. But yeah, I mean that's just normal working with spirits anyway. So I know that crows very much watch over me, but working with Grandfather Crow is a good spirit would seek knowledge. I love crows. I think they're fantastic. Now we get the pied crow here where I live in Johannesburg. It's the black and white crow. So yeah, it's quite a cool thing. Yolanda, yep. I should let this place spin me around. I hope I'm okay now. It looks like it's managing. I don't know. Celeste, I'll have to do divination. I know I follow been reaching out. I know he is associated with... There's a variety of different spirits that deities that are associated with crows. So, if you have a personal connection with Apollo and there's association with crows, then yeah, quite possibly. Cuckoo, currently Poland is Catholic, and in the new tradition the fox is sly in a negative sense, but in the traditional Slavic understanding, foxes are associated with the wolf. Yeah, if you're in Poland, then probably you would have the association of the afterlife, i.e. well as the god of the underworld, of the ancestors. Yeah, I'd definitely say that it was that association with Psychopath. Celeste, majority of Scottish, English and Irish. It's funny, I have got a Preseli blue stone, too strong of a stone. What's a Preseli blue stone? I don't know what to say, I'm sorry. All these things that people know that I don't know. It's very interesting. Preseli blue stone. It's not very blue, is it? It looks a bit like, looks like, what's it called? Snowflake, granite or something? Interesting. Kerry, thank you, Lee. It's a pleasure. I can't remember what I did, but it's a pleasure. James. Was my thinking foxes have a lot in common with cats, the psychopods and guides. Sorry to hear of your loss. Might be worth doing a formal goodbye ritual, thanking the foxes for helping them. cat crossover. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And if there are any spirits that you work with that are, in fact, why not call Fox? You know, just call on Fox, ask for some comfort, if they can give it. And but if you do have any specific deities you work with that are psychopompic in nature, that may be therefore able to help with grief and grieving. I personally, when it comes to this type of work, I work with Leviathan. I find that he balances emotions and he doesn't take away the emotion or from the emotion. So you still go through the processes that you need to go through for the grief. You still experience emotions, but there's a balancing so it doesn't overwhelm you. And you get to go through the grief and heal. So I do find Leviathan to be really, really good in that respect. But you might not work with Leviathan. That's why I'm saying I don't know which ones you work with. Celeste, I got flashed an image of a black snake one day. Again, this is going to come back to cultural stuff with animals. What is snake in relation to your own personal culture? In where I come from, or where I live, where I come from. First, because I come from England, but I live in South Africa, so that's a bit different. A lot of African tribes and cultures will consider the snake to be the ancestors. In other cultures, it's definitely not. It's the same as the owl. I mean, you look at the owl, it's so many different variations from culture to culture. Some it's fertility, others it's death, others it's knowledge, wisdom. Just completely opposite things. So look at your culture and see what snake represents for you in your culture, but also personally. Castle, in the story of fire with the native tribes of America, the crow was white but turned black because he brought fire to man. Interesting. Maybe the pied crow is halfway between. I don't know. That's interesting though. I like that story. Yes, I think so. Celeste, they say it is Stonehenge. Sorry, I've lost you there. Are you talking about the Preseli Bluestone? It is Stonehenge, or it's from Stonehenge? I don't know about that. Don't know. Creepy foxes in my dream were strange. They had no bodies, just flying heads with tails. They took me to a clearing on the edge of the forest and wanted to play. Yeah, sounds a bit like foxes. Castor, Celeste, and salted peanut are good for crows. They like the puzzle of opening the peanuts. Oh, cool. But they will communicate with you and try to warn you about things. Yeah, they're great companions. They really are great companions. Celeste, but not sure as it's controversial or not. Oh, really? So the Preseli Bluestone is said to be stone from. Are they the actual? You know the big can we call them megaliths? I'm not sure. The big stones that were plonked on the ground. Are we talking about those stones or stones from the area? Because the stones that were placed there are not from the area at all. They came from like thousands of miles away. So it'd be interesting to know if it's actually stones from the area or if it's the actual stone. Because I don't know why there would be chopping up or chopping up Stonehenge. That would be a bit weird. It's protected, obviously. Uh-huh. Also, oh, wait. It's getting more and more interesting. Because these stones, the only known locality of the stone is within both the Preseli Hill and mountain ranges in western Wales, and as far as I remember, the stones that made up Stonehenge, okay, well, I said thousands of miles, it's 150 miles away, came from Preseli Hills. Oh, so no, they can't be chopping up Stonehenge, that would be weird. Okay. But anyway. Oh no, I've lost my place, hold on. Oh, Yolandi, I watched a video on YouTube where the person theorized that when a cat chooses you, it's because it recognizes your energy from a previous life. Yeah, I can believe that. I believe this whole thing with tribes, that we kind of find our tribe in each lifetime. I believe that includes cats. I mean, if you go to the idea of the cosmic soup when we die, you know, we all go into this cosmic soup and we get mixed up and a chunk taken out. We're all a mixture of, you know, different souls every time. That would include our animals, our pets, our, you know, everything. So yeah, I can definitely see that. Andy, in Afrikaans culture, we believe if an owl sits on your roof in the night, someone's going to die. Yeah, it's the what? About the bell tolling or something, and the owl. You know, someone close to you. Happy Midsummer to all the Northerns, and what are you celebrating in Southern? Well, midwinter. It's Yuletide. Yeah. So happy Yule to everybody down here, and happy Midsummer. Is it Litha to everybody up there? Castle at Yolandi working with the state insect net cats have been going a lot and helping with magic. Yeah. Cats are very interesting when it comes to magic and stuff. They're very telepathic as well. Celestia, Preseli. Bluestone tools such as axes have been discovered elsewhere in the British Isles. Okay. It's interesting it comes from that one spot in Wales though. Yolandi Castle, Castle the Madge. I've also attracted cats, dogs, and have a natural connection with snakes. Catherine.